Alrighty folks, so here's a little update on my 89 F-150 here. And I've been doing so much right now, just got so many projects going on, it ain't funny. This is the 89 F-150 project, and this is the one I'm building a little mild 351 Windsor for. And I was going to do the 302, but I decided to go with the 351 Windsor. And that is official, so that's what will be in here. This is a bunch of videos on I made of this truck from going from a 306 cylinder to either a 302 or a 351 Windsor. But anyway, this is what I've been working on here, and I got to find a 351 Windsor yet. That's still in the process, just like my 454 from a C10. But anyway, so I've been just gathering stuff up for quite a few years for this thing, and I've got almost everything to put this thing back together. I made a video and I was going to upload it, but I never did. It's about an hour long, but well, I take it back, actually might have been about 2 hours long, but I never was able to get it up. But long story short, so we got the bed off our truck here. I got it off. I got the original gas tank, I got that off too, and of course it's nothing in it, but got that off, and I put that pinhole in it there, if you see that little pinhole. Not worried about that, but got it off, got it out of the way, and got all the fuel lines and all that good stuff. All that good stuff has been removed, and we're not putting any of that back on. We took and got our original straps off. We're not going to reuse them. I got a brand new tape for this thing. I got brand new straps for it, uppers and lowers. And there's a master cylinder that we cut away there. But I got all new straps for it. I'm going to replace all the hardware. We're going to redo this whole frame from the cab back. And I'm going to take and just been cleaning it up a little bit. Got a little bit of rust issues going on, but I've been taking this wire wheel and hitting it here, and it's definitely rough. It's pitted up pretty good, but I mean it's still structurally sound. Got a little bit right in here I'm a little concerned about, but I think we can patch that. It's not all the way to the top of the frame to the bottom, so anyway, but we're going to clean this frame up and get it all straightened up. And we're not going to just do the back end on this thing. We're going to do the whole entire frame, front to rear. But trying to clean it up real good and get this thing really, really good and cleaned up. And I done bought all new mounts for it. I've had this stuff for, like I said, I've had this stuff for probably 2-3 years. And it's been put away. But I got a pile of stuff for this thing. And I just, it's time to put it together. I mean, it won't cost nothing. I mean, I done bought all this stuff 2-3 years time, And it's time to get on the road. The only thing I don't have is I don't have a 351 Windsor. I got a 302, but I'm not going to waste the time putting a 302 in it. I'm going to get what I really want, and that's what I'm going to put in it. But anyway, I'm making this video here because I got all the mounts for it. I got new shock mounts too. I got a new leaf spring for both sides, and this is just for this side too. I got everything for the other side too, so whatever I got on this side I got exactly on the other side too. So I got two of everything. So I just don't feel like dragging it all out. But so we got new front mounts for our leaf springs. Got our new leaf spring obviously. And then we got our new shackles and our new rear frame spring mounts here. We got all that new. Here's our new shackles. It's got all the bushings already pressed in. And that saves a pile of time. Our leaf spring even has new bushings pressed in too on both ends. This is a 5 leaf spring here, which is what's already on here. Same exact spring. But I'm not really replacing the leaf spring because of rust issues. I'm mainly replacing it just for, they wear out. They're just like a coil spring. Eventually they will wear out. But, and actually they weren't too awful expensive when I bought them a couple years ago. But Anyway, so we've been trying to strip this frame down. I'm going to remove this rear bumper too. We're going to get it out of the way because it's a little bit difficult to get this bed off. I took this bed off by myself. I don't have no help. I mean, I do this stuff myself. I mean, I ain't got no help or nothing. I just took my cherry picker and picked one end up, and I picked the other end up and just inched it back little by little and kept moving the cherry picker and got it off. Took about probably about an hour, but I was able to get it off. Can't drive the truck, otherwise I would have just put something under, put some chocks under this front of the bed and raised the back of the bed up and just pulled the truck up, but kind of can't do that in this case. Don't run. But to make it a little easier, I would have took the rear bumper off, because that way I know I'm going to take it off when I put the bed back on, because that'll make it a lot easier to lift it up, set it on, and I had to fight with it. Now, I had a heck of a time getting these bolts out. I ended up just grinding all the heads off of them, and I actually got a couple of them that are stuck down in the bed there, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to get all of them out, but without messing them up. But had a little bit of time with them things. Here's one of them. But yeah, they was just sit there and spin inside the bed there. But anyway, got all that mess. We got our bed off. This is the best way to do it. That way you can address everything. You know, that's why I've had a lot of stuff, you know, put away for this truck, because I'm trying to address everything all at one time and be done with it. Went ahead, I got all the original exhaust is gone. We're not going to reuse any of that. It's going to have true dual exhaust. Probably going to have straight pipes, because I got Hidman headers for this thing that we're going to put on it. And I got to find one cab mount. When I say cab mount, I actually mean frame mount. But the cab mount right here, see, there's a cab mount up there. That's perfectly intact. And then we got the cross member that comes across there. That's all good. I mean, it's surface rust, but you know, it's still structurally sound. But this lower one here on the driver's side is shot. I mean, if you look right in there, it's got a hole put it through. But the other side here is actually good somehow. It's still good and still structurally sound, but I got to find that lower cab mount. I know they don't reproduce that. I might have to go to the junkyard to see if I can find one and get one. But anyway, so I just about got everything for this thing to get this thing straightened out. I think I got a set of shocks for it somewhere. I have to dig them out. I don't even remember half the stuff I done got for this thing. But still trying to strip this frame down. We're going to get rid of all these exhaust bolts, or not the bolts, but all the hangers and all that mess. Get rid of all that. That's the return line there, or no, that's not the return line, excuse me there. That is the vent tube line. We're going to get rid of all that mess. And you know, this is the best time to do this stuff, is to address everything. I got some brake line too. I'm gonna bend up for it. I kind of showed that previously, but this brake line has been hacked and hacked and hacked. And like I said before, this was a dual tank truck. We got rid of all that mess. We're only going to run our rear. I got a brand new rear tank for it. But anyway, you know, that's why you take the bed off. You can address all this mess. You can get to everything. And now's the time to replace all the brake lines and get to the shocks. And if you need to service the rear end, you know, you can get to everything. You know, so I'm not rich. I ain't got no fancy lift or any of that stuff. I just, you know, pulled the bed off. We can, you know, we just address everything. We check our gas tank, and, you know, these trucks are really bad about these springs and the shackles rotting away, and, you know, it just makes it so much easier. Let me show you the brake line I got for this thing. Alright, so this is 3/16 brake line here. And you see two of them here, and then both of them got all the kinds of fittings and assortments there. And I got a baggie of unions and all that too. But I mean, it's got all kinds of different sizes and all that. But it's supposed to be stainless, which I don't know if it is or not. I mean, some stuff, you know, you got to watch that advertisement. But anyway, I had this for a while here, and I remember when I ordered it a couple years ago and all, that I took and bought this thing. I thought it was just for one brake line and them fittings. I thought it was a kit. And so anyway, I bought it. It was like, I think 30 bucks, something like that. And it had 2X on there. I didn't think much of it, and I figured, well, you know, it's probably ain't no way it's 2 lines for that much. But anyway, I mean, I got it and all that. When I got it, I couldn't believe it. But yeah, it's 50 foot of brake line right there. And I mean, heck, that's enough to do 2 vehicles just about. That's about 50 foot of brake line with both them same style fittings and everything for, I think it's like 25, 30 bucks. That's cheaper than getting it locally. I tell you, man, that's a heck of a deal. But I'm going to use that 3/16 brake line. I might not be able to use it on the whole truck, but I know I can use it for the majority of all of it. And I'm going to use some of that for my Etzel too. So I'm going to use that for, I got quite a few projects I can use that on. But I just think that's a good deal. So I'm going to use all that, and hopefully it is stainless. I mean, it looks like it, but I can't tell. But we're going to replace all this mess and address all these issues. And it's just, you know, that's why I just pulled the bed off. It's just, why sit there and crawl up under it and get all dirty and all that? And you can just pull the bed off. It's only 6 bolts. And just right over there, you can get right to it. And that just makes it nice. But yeah, it just, you know, it goes to show, I mean, sometimes, you know, I got a lot of projects going on, but you know, you take your time, you gather stuff up little by little, and after a few years, you know, you kind of, you know, you start piecing it together, and you know, it finally adds up. But I want to get this truck. I know it don't look like much now, but I want to get this thing back on the road. I love this truck. But I used to have a 96, and I loved that truck. I did. I kicked myself because I sold that truck for scrap. But it was a 4-wheel drive short bed, but same motor, same transmission. But long story short, I kicked myself. So this truck was to replace that one. Had that one back in high school. But anyway, that truck's, I'm sure, long gone and probably a pancake right now. Probably flattened, if you catch my drift. But anyway, this is what we got here. I know my videos ain't the greatest quality, but you know, you just sometimes you take your time and you know, you gather up stuff. You know, I've been gathering up stuff for 2-3 years, and it's just finally now I can kind of, you know, the weather's starting to get nicer now, and get out here and we're gonna start putting this thing together. But I'm gonna get some POR 15, and we're gonna POR 15 this whole frame front to rear, and then we're gonna take and get everything cleaned up nice and neat. I still got to get some stuff for the rear end. I haven't got that yet, and that's still going to be a while, because like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. But what I dream is I want to put a limited slip carrier in this thing, and upgrade to 31 spline axles, and probably run a 456 gear. That's what I want to run. Don't want no, you know, I thought about a 373. I'm not going to waste my money on that or the time. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, if I'm going to put the money in the rear end, then, you know, I'm going to go with a 456. I mean, if you're going to spend all the time and money, this is just me, you know, you might as well go with a good gear. And, you know, it might be a little, you know, on the low end. You know, I'm sure this thing will be humming on the highway, but you know, it's a 5-speed. It's got overdrive. I think it'll be perfectly fine anyway. But anyway, so that's where we're at. I hope you enjoy these videos here. I know they're not the greatest, but like I said, everything. I've just been digging stuff out, you know, and we got everything we got for this side. We got for this side as well. So I'm gonna piddle around with this thing and start getting this stuff mocked up, and I'm gonna take and get this frame cleaned up and get this bed back on. I got a brand new tank for this thing too, and I ain't even put it on yet. I need to get this thing on. I don't have a sending unit yet because I didn't buy that at the time because it was fuel injected, and I was still kind of in the middle of deciding if I was going to run a little bit older tank, like a 80 to 86 Ford, or if I was going to go with the 87 to 92, which I ended up going with the 87 to 92, which pretty much all the tanks are about the same. The only difference is the diameter of the sending unit there and the fuel pump. But there's the brand new tank for it. But like I said, I've had some of this stuff for a long time. I got brand new straps for it, like I said, and I got a bunch of stuff for it. And it's just time to, you know, get this thing on the road. I still got the original 306 cylinder, if you're wondering about that, and I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna hold on to it. Now I don't have the original head because the head number, I believe, 2 cylinder, the exhaust valve seat was cracked and is letting water into that cylinder, and it pretty much just, that's pretty much why this thing's been parked. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll have some more videos coming on this thing. Don't see these on the road too much anymore. A lot of stuff you don't from the 90s anymore. Makes me feel like I'm getting old. Seems like you see most vehicles are probably 08 and up pretty much now. You don't see anything 90s anymore. That's because they're all in the junkyard, or either, you know, they done been crushed and ain't much left of them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.